Hey guys, my name is Kevin. I'm one of the exercise specialists with the West Primary Care Network. Today we're here to talk about back pain. We're going to split this into a 3-part video. Part 1 is going to be removing the cause of your pain. So, pretty much everything that we're going to be explaining can be found in this book. This book is written by Dr. Stuart McGill. He's a spine biomechanics professor out of the University of Waterloo. I think he's since retired and removed out of that, but he's widely recognized as one of the top back doctors in the world. So, yeah, phase 1 is going to be talking about removing the cause of your pain. So, what his explanation for chronic back pain is that there very rarely is a version of chronic back pain. What it is more so is recurring acute back pain. So what that means is that as humans, we develop poor movement patterns. When you move around in poor patterns, if you do develop an injury in your spine, these poor patterns can continually re-injure your spine over and over again. It's kind of like having a scab or having like a cut, and then the cut is trying to heal. And then eventually it will develop a scab, and then the scab eventually falls off, and then you have new skin. The same kind of thing is happening in your back. You can move improperly for years and get away with it, but one day you go to pick up a pen and now you have an injury. So does this injury heal, or does it become a chronic pain type of pattern? So the way that we get people out of that pattern is identifying A, what is the injury, and then B, what are the movements, postures, and loads that people are doing throughout the day that are re-aggravating their pain. And that's the thing, is that if people continue to move in a way that re-aggravates their pain, then their pain will never go away. Kind of like if you just continually tear off a scab, it's never going to fully heal, okay? So, next point I want to address is that the back is quite a complicated thing. If it was easy, this wouldn't be as common of a plague across human beings. So, different injuries will need different treatments. So the point I'm trying to get across is that if you have a friend that did yoga and the yoga made their back feel better, if you go and do yoga, is that going to make your back better? Probably not. Whatever was causing their pain, only if you have the same issue is yoga going to be your treatment. So we need to figure out what is causing people's problem, what movements, postures, and loads are causing your problem. And then from there, we need to give you essentially the antidote to whatever your problem is. But what may be treatment for one person can be absolute poison for somebody else. I'm going to talk about two different, this might be a little bit oversimplified, but that's what this video is supposed to be. Two different types of people. We're going to call people flexion intolerant people. So you have your lower back, this is called your lumbar spine from here to here. This would be lumbar extension, and this would be lumbar flexion. So on me, this is lumbar flexion. My lower back is rounding or flexing, we call it. This is called lumbar extension, okay? So neutral spine is the middle between the two. Neutral just basically means the middle. Full lumbar flexion, full lumbar extension, neutral spine. When we're in the middle, that's kind of where we have, on average, the most amount of room for all the nerves to be coming under your spine, and your bones aren't sitting on top of each other. I'm not going to get into it, but neutral spine is the place that most people are going to have the least pain. As compared to all the way extended or all the way flexed. So, how do we look throughout our day and tell when we're breaking neutral spine? So let's take the example of a flexion intolerant person. So where are some places throughout the day where someone who is flexion, so lower back flexion intolerant, where would they run into some problems throughout the day? So, pretty much that's what our diagram's here for. This would be a good standing posture. You have your inward lower curve of your lower back. Sitting, this person sitting upright with the same curve. Basically looks the same. That would be a good sitting posture. most people, or a lot of people, end up sitting like this. So this is kind of that head forward, rounded low back posture. If you're sitting like this, or if you're really leaning back in the chair in a slouch posture, if you're flexion intolerant, or if your back does not like flexing forward, then sitting for long periods of time, especially with that posture, is really going to aggravate and continue on your lower back. So we need to find a way to keep this lower back neutral when you're sitting versus sitting with that bad posture. You need to catch yourself, because we could be hours upon hours in the day that if your back is sitting like that, then that is a continual, it's like scratching your scab off and it's never going to heal. Where are some other places throughout the day that flexion intolerance can be found? So in the morning you're brushing your teeth, and then you're done brushing your teeth, and you spit in the sink. If you spit in the sink, your lower back looks like that. That's another rip off of the scab. Maybe I wake up from bed in the morning, I go to put my socks on the side of the bed, put my socks on. What does your lower back look like there? Later on in the day, it's time to vacuum. I'm going around and I'm trying to vacuum under some stuff. And what does my back look like when I'm vacuuming? Another example, maybe doing the laundry. If you have either a top load or front load laundry, I have front load, so I have my laundry basket, and I'm gonna bend over to put my laundry in. Does your back do that when you're doing the laundry? So all those different examples are like, there's a wide range of different movements you do throughout the day that if you don't think about neutral spine, then you're doing these without even realizing it. And that scab continually gets torn off, and that back never really heals. So that's what our next video is going to be about, is about how to go about your day keeping a neutral spine. This does not have to happen for the rest of your life. This is just a period that we allow the spine to heal until that scab is healed. Once that scab is healed, then you can get away with doing stuff improperly, with moving improperly. Not to say that it's right, but at least it's not going to be that typical chronic pain that is limiting you right now. Video number 2 is going to be about how to move better. It's about keeping a neutral spine and letting your hips do the movement. So I can walk around, I can vacuum with my shoulder and my hips, with my back staying basically stable. I can spit into the sink if I move about my hips. Or I can load the washer if I move about the hips and keep that neutral spine. So big difference between this and this. So that's what we're going to talk a lot about more in the next video. For now, the points I want to get across: chronic pain oftentimes is actually recurring acute pain. If we can remove that blow to the back, or that ripping off of the scab with your 16 hours a day that you're awake and you're moving improperly, if we can take away those instances that you're ripping off your scab, allow your back to heal, it'll get better a lot quicker. And yeah, part 2 is going to be about moving about the hips and shoulders, how to have better spine hygiene. And then step 3 is going to be about getting strong. And the stronger you are, the more resilient of the back that you're going to have. Okay? Thanks for watching part 1. My name is Kevin. And yeah, click on part 2 to get to the next link.